the hierarchy of power in the DCEU has changed. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode on my channel. As always, I'm Jay, and today, guys, I'm finally reviewing Black Adam. And guys, before I get into it, there are going to be some spoilers, so be forewarned. But if you don't care about that, or if you've already seen the movie, let's get into my thoughts on Black Adam. So anyway, guys, The Rock has been teasing us with some titillating sayings for months on end already. He's saying the hierarchy of power was going to change in the DCEU. And I think that it has, not only in the film, but also on the outside in reality with the exiting of Walter Hamada, the huge changes that Warner Brothers has been going through with the Warner Discovery merger, and then even more so with them electing, I believe it was James Gunn and Peter Saffron, who are going to be heading up the newly christened DC Universe, as it will be called. Not the DCEU anymore, the DC Universe, which I find very interesting. But, that being said, Black Adam, with all the hype, with everything going on, I was actually not as excited for this film as many people were. The first trailer or two didn't really do it for me. It seemed like a run-of-the-mill film, and it seemed like, hey, it's The Rock. He's one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. He's like Tom Cruise or any other of these Hollywood stars where they play a role and they kind of play that role as themselves to a degree. That's not a bad thing. It's one of those things where he might eclipse the actual character he's playing. I enjoy The Rock. I loved him when he was on WWE in the Attitude Era growing up. But even more so, I think that a lot more films than not I really enjoy with him in it. That coupled with the reviews of the film itself being a pretty good film, a fun, enjoyable action flick, and the fact that the ensemble was actually mentioned in some of the highlights, including Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate and Aldis Hodge as Hawkman, which those two things really enticed me as well. But I have to tell you, that last trailer, it did hook me in. There was something about that last trailer that really roped me in, and I gotta tell you, it was really something that kind of struck me last minute, and then at that point I was ready and on board to see this film. The film itself is nothing crazy or groundbreaking in terms of superhero stories. It follows the formula to a degree, but there is a nice little twist on his origin that you'll find that kind of mirrors Shazam, but then also does something like a complete 180. And into the middle, I was like, okay, yep, I see where they're going with this. But I think that heightened the story a little bit because there was a little bit of guilt there as to how Black Adam actually got his powers. Definitely a fun film. Definitely one that you want to see in the theaters. The rumors were correct. Spoilers, Henry Cavill is back as Superman, and Warner Brothers is actively trying to make some standalone Supermans and put him back into the playing field, as it were. And, there was a post talking about Zack Snyder looking forward to working with him again. So, be still my heart if that is the case, because, I did enjoy what Zack Snyder did with Superman specifically, but also what he did with the DCEU. A lot of people still don't. That's fine. It's your opinion. It's a wrong opinion, but hey, to each their own, right? I'm sure I'm going to get killed in the comments for that. But yeah, I really enjoyed his work. And I think that the groundwork he laid for at least the characters and the castings was really impeccable. So seeing all these characters, seeing them still live on the screen, I don't think that there needs to be 100% restoration of the Snyderverse because the Snyderverse is still living on in the way that these characters are illustrated and depicted in the films. And if you look at the style of this film, there is definitely a little bit of a shade of Zack Snyder in there, especially with the way that Black Adam conducts himself, the look of the film, the attitude of the film. And of course we have Amanda Waller coming back. Again, rumors, reviews highlight Pierce Brosnan, who plays Dr. Fate masterfully. And spoilers, he dies at the end in a noble death. But I really, really enjoy his depiction of Dr. Fate. Hopefully we can get more of him. Next was Aldis Hodge as Hawkman, which was pretty badass. And he's got his own little mansion. He's got an open underground hangar that opens up just like the basketball courts did in X-Men. And his jet, I swear to God, looks like a take on the Blackbird. So you're telling me that Hawkman is so f***ing rich that he is basically Charles Xavier and the X-Men. What I also enjoyed was the fact that his helmet and his wings were actually like collapsible, like they were nanotech or something. I thought that was really cool as well. And they didn't explicitly say it, but I think it would be cool if they went the route of the reincarnated Hawkman in this. But I digress. Not everyone inside of the film was a great actor, but I'm not going to be dwelling on that per se because it was just a fun time altogether. They had given me something that I wanted to see, which was just some cool action sequences and a little bit of a newer facet kind of being explored and a little bit of an expansion on the Shazam universe, especially since we see the connective tissue of the Wizard and the Wizard Council giving him powers initially. And hopefully down the line we do see Black Adam and Shazam actually come to blows or come head to head or meet each other. But even more so with that film credit scene, or the end credit scene rather, with Henry Cavill, we get teased and see Superman and Black Adam fighting each other at some point down the line. That would be pretty cool as well. Maybe Kingdom Come-esque or something, I don't know, but I mean, The Rock and Henry Cavill have shared the screen together. Hopefully we get more of it, and then my mind will just be, you know? So I definitely think this film is deserving of a 3 out of 5 stars. It's an enjoyable time if you are a DC fan, comic book movie fan, if you're a fan of The Rock, if you are just a fan of movies, event movies, action movies, whatever it is, go check this out. It's definitely worth your buck. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be buying it on Blu-ray. And who knows where this is going to take now that The Rock has actually cemented himself inside of a comic book role and into the universe. We'll see how much he has as far as input and where this path leads to as far as Henry Cavill, him, the DCU as a whole. Who knows? But hopefully whatever it is, it's something that's enjoyable for the fans. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, guys, that's my review of Black Adam. Have you seen the film? What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments below. And guys, don't forget, if you stuck to the end, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And if you dug the video, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are subbed, hit that bell button. That way you never miss a moment of my content. But as always, guys, until next time, I'm Jay. So take care. And bye.